Welcome to Psychos and Sociopaths. Today we're going to talk about Elizabeth Bathory.
I knew you couldn't help yourself. I was like, David's got to get into character.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh, no, not for this one, not for this one. Welcome to Psychos and Sociopaths.
I have to get into character with this. Elizabeth Bathory is known as the Bloody Countess. And Guinness Book of World Records, most kills, about 600 people. Yeah. Okay, I can stop now. You gave me that look of...
I can do you three better right off the top of my head.
Okay, go ahead.
Stalin, Pol Pot, and Hitler.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Well, she did all of her kills by herself, so
she
didn't have other people do it for her. So, it was up to 600. This is 650 allegedly. I don't know if you can get allegedly and still get in the Guinness Book of World Records.
May have been the inspiration for Bram Stoker's Dracula. However, it is possible Bathory was not guilty of all the crimes that have been laid at her feet.
Yeah.
See, I can do that too.
Yeah, but I do it with class. Oh, yeah.
You do it with class. I do it because it comes off naturally.
All right, screw you. Anyways.
She was born in Bathory, Hungary.
No,
on August 7th of 1560. Back when men were men, women were women, and the sheep were scared.
No, what was really weird about this was I started reading out what had happened with her and everything. She suffered from epilepsy.
Huh?
And the cure for epilepsy is the blood of a person that doesn't suffer from epilepsy from back then.
Oh.
We still do that, right?
You know, I'll have to find out and get back to you.
Okay. If there's any nurses or anything like that, you know what? I'll contact one of my peoples that do medical stuff, and hopefully he reaches out with us.
He'd be like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's exactly how he'll reply.
He probably. Okay. But the Bloody Countess was... it's really weird because a lot of the stuff, like reading in this and everything...
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask him later. The really weird thing about this is... After the fact, there was a lot of conspiracies afterwards that she didn't commit any of these crimes until a lot later. That she didn't even commit the crimes that some guy wanted to get out of owing to the family.
Right.
And that's the reason why that happened. And that happens back then a lot. I mean, if you didn't like a woman, you just go, she's a witch!
She turned you into a newt. I'm feeling much better.
Yeah. Or the whole, she's a witch, she came to my dreams and seduced me. That was just, that was a wet dream. So, anyways, okay, Mary Life, there we go. She did suffer from epilepsy, and the cure back then was blood of a non-epileptic. That's probably what started it all. She was married young-ish, for back then. She was engaged at age 10 to Count. I'm gonna murder this name.
Hold on, let me see if I can get this. I get this. I got it. Okay. Count Fernic Nadasi.
Okay. Hungarian names. He was a son of a Baron Thomas, whatever. God, that's a long name. Nadeus de Nadeus S. Et Frakato Forgafold. Yeah. Anyways.
I'm just going to go with that.
But as Elizabeth's social standings was higher than her husband, she refused to change her name. Good call there. And instead, he assumed her name Bathory. The couple married when she was 15, which is the ripe old age. After 16 to 17, you're considered an old hag. Back then, they had approximately 4,500 guests were invited to the wedding. And from looking at this, she was considered basically the head of the household. Sorry, folks. I almost choked on my food today, so.
To be specific, he almost choked on his chicken.
Yeah, we'll go there. We're not nice people. But between 1602 to 1604, this is where the actually rumor started, because her husband ended up dying in the Holy in a holy war against the Ottomans. And after rumors of Bathory's atrocities had spread throughout the kingdom, the Lutheran minister Esteban McGree made complaints against her, and that's the guy that actually owed the family money, both publicly and the court in Vienna. Hungary authorities took some time to respond. What's really funny is some of the stuff that I was looking through to get all this stuff was there was an article. I don't know if it's good or bad, but I guess it was a big misprint because it showed that an investigation took forth in 1989. I guess there was an actual investigation in 1989, but I didn't find it. I looked for this guy, the writer Michael Ferdinand. What you doing? Really?
I saw that and I was like, yeah, no, I gotta share it.
Meta Amazon merger intimate, and it looks like a dick and balls.
Yeah.
I'm glad we don't go through that whole. I gotta get the photo and post it on our Facebook page, but
I'm just gonna have a hard time saying, give us a like on Meta. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, it's all kinds of weird.
Anyways, sorry. Go ahead.
But she's actually the one that coined the thing of bathing in the blood of the innocent. So she bathed in the blood of the innocent. But she was arrested in 12 December 1610. I'm not saying these names. And on 30th December, she went to Castiel's castle and to arrest her. She basically was on house arrest until she died. Until, 1614 when she died?
Yeah.
But what's really weird about this chick is she would end up having like children come to her castle and everything and play around, and then she would just murky them. But the folklore of this was like she was inspiration of Dracula, which there's nothing imprinted in it. And I think actually there is one accusation of Dracula being on lore, and they were talking about vampires, and it was something to get rid of leukemia. So there's that. You're really not into this one, are you? You're just bummed out, tired.
Bro, like literally, I think I've been off of work all of about an hour and a half.
Oh, God. Those long drives really hit you. hard. I'm so glad. That's the reason why in a lot of our shows when I was actually working with you.
I mean, I've still got another long drive in front of me this weekend. Sunday when I take my boys back to their mom, as soon as that exchange is concluded, I'm driving.
When you exchange prisoners?
Wow. I'm going to take off and I'm going to go to Houston because my trip to Boston is this coming week. So
yeah. Now, that's always the way I figured some people do their the stuff. It's basically a prisoner exchange.
Well,
because I
don't know.
Especially if you don't,
We've got
if you don't
Colin
like them.
sitting right here. Colin, hey. When you guys, when your mom and I exchange you and your brother, I mean, would you consider that an exchange of prisoners?
Basically a prison exchange.
Or is it?
Depends on what we're doing.
Now you've got me intrigued.
Yeah, okay.
Is it stuff that I'm doing or that I have you doing?
Depends on if it's fun or not.
Don't forget, you got to say it 3 times and they have to tell the truth.
Yeah, this is true. Like what? Give me an example.
He's stalling. I can see it in his eyes.
He's deciding whether or not it's worth his life to try to be savage right now.
Go savage. He's still stalling. He's stalling.
If you got to think that hard about things that I've got us doing not being fun or not, that's probably the answer right there. That
Yeah.
there's not a lot of stuff that I do with you guys that isn't fun. So
Basically, it's like getting released to a fun camp going to your house.
yeah, but there's that's slippery ice. I don't want to be the fun parent.
Yeah.
You know,
He's the strict fun parent.
See, it's a strict fun parent. Because you don't really get to see him all that through the week and everything, so.
no.
Yeah.
No, Thursdays and every other weekend. So, I mean, it's, well, the first, third, and fifth when it's applicable weekends of the month. So, but yeah. Anyways, so back on track.
Yeah. There's not much on, I mean, they have reputation.
What I found interesting was, like, as soon as she started, you know, as soon as she was, I guess, for lack of a better term, indicted.
Yeah.
Use the modern parlance of our time, because she wasn't convicted. Her family holdings transferred to her predecessors,
Yeah, they're kids.
or his
'Cause
successors. Yeah, her successors, instead of being seized by the king
Yeah.
or by the government,
Well,
because
she wrote a will and everything.
well, it didn't matter because according to the law of the land at the time, is that your will was forfeit if you were convicted. And because she was never convicted, she maintained her title. All of her holdings and her lands went to her family.
Yeah, and her actual, well, they originally buried her at the castle. Or
Yeah, the crypt, yeah.
Yeah, in the crypt, but they moved her body from to there to Essex.
Yeah. So, yeah, Castle Katić,
Yeah.
which is present-day Slovakia. If I ever get to take a trip through, Europe without having to worry about where my weapon is, one of the things I want to do, one is the Band of Brothers tour, but I want to hit up some of these like old castles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That are on the mainland, as opposed to, well, I mean, I want to check out like the English and Scottish and Irish castles and stuff like that, but, just going through like Slovakia and France and Bulgaria, I want to check some of these places out because just I mean, alone, just the history value alone is just kind of cool.
Oh yeah, I forgot you haven't sent me the address. so I can post it and set everything.
You're
up.
right. You're right. I will get a hold of him. I'll get a hold of him tonight, and I'll text you. Because I looked for it. I couldn't find it, and I just completely forgot about it because I've got so many different moving parts going on this week.
Yeah, that's the reason why I didn't bug you. I was like, oh, the only thing that reminded me this week was doing that veteran thing Wednesday.
So, but...
And it's the Battle of what?
Guadalcanal.
Guadalcanal. Okay, yeah. All right. It was one of those things like, wasn't it Guadalcanal? Because I talked to that vet today.
Yeah. But, yes, I mean, there was a lot of back and forths and backroom deals and inner workings, and he said, she said, so as far as like, how she proceeded through the legal system of the time.
Yeah.
But when they basically kind of just walled her off in the castle. She just...
They didn't really wall her off in the castle.
Well, for lack of a better term.
Well, they did wall her up into a room at one point in time, but after that they had guards, and it only lasted I think her imprisonment was 4 years only because she died.
Yeah. But, it was kind of funny because she had tons of servants, and a lot of them were executed for a lot of these murders, and it was because of their culpability or their complacency.
Yeah.
They didn't have deniable
plausibility.
Deniable plausibility, yes, thank you. My brain is just bleh.
Yeah, you're supposed to be the guy that actually talks that stuff, really hard stuff. And I'm chugging it along a little
Plausible
bit.
deniability, yes,
Yeah.
there we go.
The only reason why I know that is because I say it all the time.
Well, Joe Rogan, he needs to visit our small but yet unknown podcast, and he needs to send us a supply of Alpha Brain. That's what he needs to do. Yeah, I'm calling him out. Yeah, that's right. Calling out Joe Rogan.
Yeah, we're like a speck on the dot of it.
I give a damn.
Okay. But I tried that once.
Yeah?
Yeah, I bought I think their cheapest one was $35. And I don't know, it didn't feel like it worked. I think the best way to do it is B12 shots and caffeine.
Yeah, probably.
B12, because that's what it was in it anyways, was B12 and I think it was called cat claws.
I was like, cat shit, never mind.
Well, there's actually, have you ever heard that, what is the coffee?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It was the coffee Jack Nicholson's character raved about in the bucket list.
Yeah. Koopy Luwak.
Yeah, something like that.
It's made from coffee beans plucked from the cabbage feces.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. After I learned that, I was like, oh, that sounds pretty good coffee. And luckily, I watched that movie.
Right? Now, if Evan ever comes out with a cat shit coffee and he doesn't call it litter box,
I'm going to be very upset.
Yeah. And if he does call it litter box, you heard it here first, folks. Today's date is Friday, October 29th, the year of our Lord, 2021. The current time is 1839. That's 6:39 to you civilians and Air Force personnel.
You mean AC? After current event? That's what they do now. A BCE and ACD. After current events and before current events.
No, it's either BC or AD.
Yeah, I know.
I mean...
I
Why muddy the waters?
Yeah.
It's like being transgender and working for Netflix knowing that Dave Chappelle's on your staff.
Yeah.
And then having the audacity to get pissed off when he makes a joke on your behalf.
Well,
but it's okay to be racist.
I'm leaving. Okay, that's another one. But
I just see Booth Power sitting on the front porch of that storefront in Tombstone. Well, bye.
Yeah. Well, go ahead. But after her arrest, I mean, she was sent to they originally planned to send her to a nunnery, but as accounts of her actions spread, they decided to keep her under strict house arrest, which we were talking about. There's not much.
She died relatively young too, 54.
Well, not in that time. That's actually like super old. You
Okay,
don't.
You're
see,
right. You're right.
Back in that that's.
I mean,
like,
she was engaged at the age of 11, so
Yeah, what 10?
It says here 11.
Where are you looking at?
Biography.com.
Oh,
the
fuck.
very link that you sent me.
Oh yeah. God, I hate that you look at like 15 different things and you get 15 different answers nowadays.
Well,
It's hard to plead the truth, but
anonymity that the internet provides.
yeah, I know. Where was it? Reputation. I was trying to find the conspiracy stuff that I was looking for. Oh, okay, here we go. The case of Elizabeth Bathory inspired numerous stories during 18th to 19th century. The most common motive of these works was the Countess bathing in her virgin victim's blood to retain her beauty
that stuff didn't come
and
out
youth.
until like 100 years after her death.
Yeah.
So most likely that was just exactly that, was fantasy.
Yeah.
Or
Maybe.
what's the word I'm looking for? Alliteration.
No, it's all true. All of it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is a lot of stuff. It's like the first biography for Edgar Allan Poe was the person that I hated him the most.
Right?
Yeah, that's the spoil goes to the victor. Even the degradation of the history.
Well, he who dies with the most toys, unfortunately, still dies. So,
I mean, look what happened to Michael Jackson. His name was like smeared after he died and before he died. So, yeah, we found out a lot of weird stuff after people died. Because it's that I think it. You know what I think it is? I think it's literally the whole. He was a great guy, but
I like Rodney Carrington's take on it. Because, they always try to tell you something nice to make you feel better. Well, he's in a better place. What if he was an asshole? Should have buried him in a sweater, or shouldn't have buried him in a sweater. It's going to be hot where that fucker's going. He's going on about, because they try to make you look all pretty, like it's not even you. Fuck that. When I die, I want to look dead. I want people to walk up to the casket and go, oh, God, fuck, he stinks. He goes, honestly, no. I want to be cremated, everything except my pecker. Chop my weenie off, burn me, and then throw my pecker in the chili. Because those are words that you don't want to hear at a wake. There's a dick in the chili. He's off. Because I want you to he says, put me in the chili, put my dick in there. I want people to have a little taste of me when I'm dead and gone. Like, okay. He said, I'll get down there. I'll be wearing a thong and flip-flops. Have my nuts hanging out. Hey!
It's like what I tell everybody. It's like, hey, everybody, I want to be, when I'm dead, I want to be spread around Disney World, but I don't want to be cremated.
That's some William Wallace shit right there.
I know, right? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, it's like the whole thing about, because I had this old skit planned off, was, we're at a funeral, I go up to the podium, it's like, hey, listen, everybody, this guy was a great guy, blah, 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 blah. Here's the thing. I talked to the mortician before this, and he didn't give me a good answer and everything like that, so I have this tomahawk, and he promised me his skull, so I'm going to go ahead and just take it right here, and you just walk over to the, I just walk over to the casket and just start chopping off the head and everything, and just walk out with it. It was a really in my head. It's a really good skit, but I had a lot of people go, Dave.
I want
really?
the Doctor Who treatment. I do. I want the Doctor Who treatment at my funeral. I want one of my friends, that nobody really knows, to put on the last outfit that I had on before I died, come running in with a sonic screwdriver, and then announce to everybody in a British accent, "Okay, everybody, this is where it gets weird."
I will hire a guy to do that.
That would be glorious. I think it would be great.
I will.
It's like that Irish guy who had a Bluetooth speaker buried with him, and then somebody at the funeral, at the graveside services, started playing the sounds, and it was him. He made a recording before he died of him knocking on the inside of the coffin, screaming for him to be let out. "I'm not dead. Let me out. It's dark in here." People were laughing.
That is fucking epic.
The whole object was to get people to laugh at his graveside services, and it worked.
Yeah. But I wonder. See, the thing with this though is because it's historical, and we weren't there around that time frame. I mean, I don't know if it actually is true or not. She was supposedly the most documented serial killer, female serial killer at least.
Mm-hmm.
And looking at most of the female serial killers that we've done so far,
right?
It doesn't seem that. I mean, it's plausible. It doesn't seem that women serial killers actually do that much damage to where it's all psychological. That women just, if they're turned into a serial killer, they just start murking people.
Yeah.
Men are the ones that are more horrible. So it doesn't matter. It's men suck sometimes, especially if they're serial killers. I'd rather be killed by a woman serial killer than a man serial killer.
Did we talk about, and this is just last minute kind of a thing. So we know I'm going up to Boston. I'm going to take in a lot of the historical stuff, right?
Yeah.
John Hancock is also buried up there.
Okay.
Do you know what his headstone looks like?
Is it a big signature?
No. Let me pull it up for you here real quick. Scroll through the plethora of text messages.
You know that was the first troll, right?
What?
That had to have been the first troll of America, John Hancock.
Yeah. So this is John Hancock's headstone.
Okay. It's importing. There we go. It's uploading. Uploaded completed. Send it again.
Mother hell. Okay.
I don't know what happened.
No, you're good. You are good, my sir.
Let me close out of this and then I'll reopen it. See if that'll work. No. For some ungodly reason, I got a photo of my freaking screen again. See, the Twitter thing opened up pretty good. But if I save it to download, it... Oh. Okay. There we go. Looks like a big penis.
It's legitimately, that's his headstone, right?
Looks like a big penis.
And so... there's also a thing where, like, he was buried with his treasure. Right, he was buried with his riches, his gold, his silver, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Grave robbers went and robbed his grave.
Yeah.
His right hand, he was right-handed, so his right hand had a bunch of rings on it. Grave robbers couldn't get the rings off, so they cut his hand off.
Yeah. He's
buried now without his right hand. And as the legend goes, he is now buried without his second favorite appendage. So I'm sitting there, and she's showing this to me. whilst see what I did there? Whilst her and her sister were still in Boston, right? And I'm like, why would you want that for your headstone? And my spawn, my 12-year-old offspring, announces, without even missing a beat, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what?
You got me there, sir.
Homie's got a point. Homie's got a point. Homie's got a point. So, but yeah,
I guess that's the end of the episode. This is the Halloween episode, by the way, and that's the reason why we have this nice, spooky, high lighting.
yeah, when I initially walked around the corner and saw you open the door and saw that red light flooding out, I was like,
He's got prostitutes.
he's going to try to fucking rape me. He's going to try to rape me, American Me style, in front of my kid, and I'm going to have to kill him. I'm literally going to have to make him choke on his own chicken.
Yeah. All right, I almost did that already. Anyways.
Wait, what? I said your own chicken.
Oh, you never tried when you were a kid?
No.
Why would you not?
It's not that flexible.
I was.
I mean, the closest I got to having that kind of a problem was when I used to eat milk bones. But I hurt my neck every time I fall off the couch. So,
Well.
And plus, they don't like it when you chase cars up and down the street. They tend to frown upon it.
Ha ha ha! Remember that joke? Here's an even better one. This one woman told me to do her doggy salad, so I peed on the floor and I pissed her on her leg and humped her leg and peed on the floor.
You didn't shit in her shoe?
No, I didn't. I liked her.
Oh, okay. That's.
But anyways, that's the end of the episode.
Andrew Dice Clay, old Mother Hubbard, went to the cupboard to fetch Rover a bone.
Go on, finish it. Come on, you can
Old
do
Mother
it.
Hubbard bent over, and Rover gave her a bone of his own. Ow! he had that one that was like, 3 blind mice. Where the fuck are they going? One of the last bits that he did that I remember. I mean, I say that like Andrew Dice Clay is dead. He's not. He's still with us.
Actually, he did an episode of Harold and Leonard. It's a really good. It's a really good detective show.
Oh well, he said he woke up. He's in his condo building, right? He's like, I feel like going to look for a new car, buy a new Cadillac. So he went outside to smoke a cigarette on the balcony. He looks down, and he sees the neighbor that lives below him, sunbathing nude. He goes, so I jerked off all over her, ran back in the house. She thought I was a bird, and I saved myself $40,000. I was like, wow. Okay, come here. Put that stuff down and come here. Come here. Because you want me to tell this airline joke. You're going to get on the microphone. Here. Put these on. Right? Talk into the microphone. You don't have to yell. Just talk into the microphone.
Yeah, go ahead.
Look at the microphone and say it.
What do women and airplanes have in common? They both have cockpits.
That is true.
That's my kid.
That's not as bad as what my uncles and kids.
Look, what happens between you and your uncles is your problem.
Well, I was actually supposed to be in showbiz and everything. One of my uncles had this like studio down in the basement and everything, and
Black leather couch.
No. But he just wanted to film me oh God.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Maybe we should
It was
cut that
very, very nice. And we are honored. I am personally honored that you have invited us into your ear holes week after week for these past 100-something episodes over the different formats that we have filmed. But due to the revelation of my co-host, I foresee that we will be shut down very, very promptly.
Probably. Yes, I say some ridiculous stuff.
Fuck, dude.
No, which reminds me.
Oh, God.
We're working on this one job, and he was one of my coworkers was like, "Hey, is that the short bus?" And I was like, "I don't fucking know. I don't see any kid licking at the fucking windows." That was funny.
Look, man, there's short buses, and then there's the short bus that you rode on, that the bus driver didn't have a steering wheel. He had handlebars. He wrapped you up like E.T., and he took you down the road, bro. I mean, wow. Sometimes, I look at some of the stuff that you bring to the table, and I'm like, look at this dude, man. He is after it. He is all over it like chips and cheese whiz. Then there's other days where I'm just like, how do you generate the cognitive elbow grease to fucking breathe?
I don't know.
And I say that in all honesty as an infantryman. And I'm like, Jesus. What?
Well, it's like trying to get good karma and everything, and then the fire department tells you not to throw the orphans back into the fire. What are you doing? Are you? What are you doing, buddy?
My parents raised me as an only child, which really annoyed my younger brother.
That's funny. But, anyways, thank you for watching, everybody. I'm David Dickerman.
I'm Johnny Skelton.
And he might not be here next week.
No, well, okay, now, to be fair, we are going to shoot our Nerd Sports via Zoom because I will be in Houston Monday night. And then, yeah, because I have a whirlwind trip to Boston planned, so...
And I'll be posted on the Facebook page, and I'll probably try to get the Instagram stuff. Just send me the photos you want me to put on, and I'll just put them on Instagram and put them on Angry Me Production. But
here we go. All right, this is going to be the parting joke.
Okay.
Man walks into a magic forest and tries to cut down a talking tree. "Can't cut me down," the tree complains. "I'm a talking tree." The man responds, "You may be a talking tree, but you will die a log."
No, the best one was one I sent to everybody else. Ben Dover Plumbing, dealing with your shit 24/7. Your brown is our green. Call 1-800-EAT-7448. That is the best one.
Okay, here we go.
That was good.
This one's good. This one's good. This one's good. You ready?
Okay.
You ready, Colin? "What's your name, son?" the principal asked his student. The kid replied, "David, sir." "Do you have a stutter?" "No, sir. My dad has a stutter, but the guy who registered my name was a real jerk."
All right, that's pretty good.
We need to do an episode. Like, you see those TikTok videos where, like, Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg sit there and tell dad jokes, and they try to get points, like, to make the other person.
Yeah, we can do what the hell episode of that.
Yeah, we can do something like that.
We'll have to do it week before. Oh God, that's gonna be horrible. Cause we're gonna have to. I'll figure it out later. But anyways, thank you for watching. I'm David Dickerman.
I'm Johnny Skelton.
And thank you for watching Psychos and Sociopaths.